All right.
And we're working from home. But there's nothing that I see John talking. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
John's in another meeting.
Uh-oh.
Something went bad.
Don, can
You're
you
live.
call
You're
him?
live on. You are
Okay,
live
we
on
are
YouTube.
live?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, very good. Can you guys hear us okay and see us okay? Give the thumbs up. Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. We're so excited to be here. Welcome to our weekly Fireside chat. You're not going to get a fire here, though, because we're in Sarasota, Florida, where it's 85 degrees. It's beautiful and it's sunny. And we are so honored that John Haremza asked us to fill in for him today for the weekly Fireside chat. So we're Bill and Dawn. Like I said, we are in Sarasota, Florida, and we have been with Valentis for it's almost 1 year now.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how fast this year has gone, and I have to tell you, I just love it here so much. And I love it because of the people, the leaders, the culture, the owners of the company. And I am so glad that through our relationship with John Haremza, we said yes almost 1 year ago to this incredible opportunity of Valentis. And we're just so excited to be here.
Yeah, and we are honored that John asked us on to do the Fireside chat today. And basically, this is just an open forum that John's going to do on Fridays, 2:00 Eastern time. I believe it's 11:00 Central, 11 a.m. your time. Yeah. And wherever you're joining us from, whatever time zone you're in, whether it's good evening, good morning, good afternoon, welcome here. This is an open forum. Again, John's going to do this every Friday. And it's just a place where, members can come on and ask questions that you may have in your mind. And, no question's a bad question. I want you to understand that right now. If you're asking the question in your mind, other people probably have the same question.
That's right. So don't be afraid to ask it. And if you have your screen turned off, that's okay, as long as we can hear your voice.
Yeah. And like, I'll just give you a little background about why we're even here hosting this call today. Dawn and I got involved in this great profession in network marketing about 13 years ago after we sold our traditional business. That was a construction company out of Toms River, New Jersey. We were 38 years old when we sold that. And we got involved in this industry because we just wanted to help people. We felt like we weren't really helping anybody but ourselves in the industry we're in. We didn't even know what that would look like to help other people. But more importantly, we wanted to have time freedom. And we heard about this thing called residual income that we just didn't know how to achieve it. And the first few years we struggled in the industry. We couldn't find the right company. The first company we were with, we spent 3 years with, and it was an uphill battle. We weren't in the right culture. We were trying to figure out systems. We were trying out how to work with people. And, at that level of network marketing, it's a different business than construction. I can tell you that much. And you have to really hone in your skills and personally develop to get yourself to the point where you could be a leader in the industry. And
that's right. And that's where you really grew and learned a lot until we got into that next company, that next step.
Yeah. And the next step is where we actually met John about 8 years ago for the first time. He was the master distributor of another company at that time. We totally respected him. He flew to our house and did a presentation for us.
Yeah, he did the first home party. It was at our house in our other company.
Yep.
And it kind of set the tone for the home parties, which we can't do now.
Yeah, because of COVID, right?
Because of COVID and the pandemic. So we're doing it all on Zoom, which I really love that.
We do. We love it. And we love helping people where we're at now. And I can tell you one thing. We got really spoiled by residual income because we know what it's like to make traditional income. It's very daunting task to make traditional money. You have to be everything. You have to be the lawyer. You have to be the scheduling guy. You have to be the permit guy. You have to be everything for everybody. And, when we looked at this industry, here's what we quickly realized. Holy cow, there's somebody that takes care of all that. And I always said in my other business, if I could just focus on one thing, we would be so much further ahead. Well, the beautiful thing about this industry and this profession is you only really have to focus on one thing, which is showing people and sharing with people a great opportunity to make money.
And it's through our products. I
Right.
mean, everybody right now, especially, they're looking for health. And I love that we have over 30 products and there's something for everyone. It's so simple. And if you really just get good at listening, you can always find that in to figure out maybe they need inulin, maybe they have that inflammation, maybe they're looking to lose weight, maybe they like that skincare line. It's, really paying attention and listening, as people talk, where you can find that in to share all the Valentis products. So
I'll kind of share this one last story with you about how we share and how I share, and then I'll open it up to anybody that has any questions. So I'll give you an example. I have other businesses. One of my other businesses is a solar and construction company that we own and operate here out of Sarasota, Florida. And today I went and met with a client, and the client says to me, I really hope insurance will help cover some of this project because I've been out of work for a whole year and money is kind of tight. And I said to her, I don't want to really muddy the waters here. I said, but I'll tell you something. If there was a way that I could share with you, that you could make some income through sharing a great product that you might enjoy, would you be open to that? Now understand the language I use there. I didn't hit her over the head with a business or, I said, would you be open? Because she told me she just hadn't worked for a year. It just so happens I had a tool in my truck. I had a magazine and I had the little sample card with a couple samples of thermo roast in it and a sample of instant youth. And I got them out of my truck. I got to the hood of her car. I opened up the magazine. I pointed out John Haremza. I pointed out Dave Jordan. I said, this is a weight loss coffee. She says to me, oh my gosh. She goes, I've been in the house for a year. I need to lose 30 pounds. I said, well, this is great. This stuff works really good. I said, and this instant youth, she goes, if this works on my wrinkles, I'll be amazed. I said,
it's going to work.
So I'll tell you what, why don't you just check out this stuff? And if you see something here for yourself, let's circle back and we'll talk about it. But let's get back to your project that you have here. So I took it away from her. I said, let's get back to the project that you have here. I can tell you this much, guys. If you just fit it into your life, you fit what we have here into your lifestyle, and you just keep piquing people's interest like that and share a tool, it will happen for you like it happened for us. And
it's so true. One of my best spots is when I go to the grocery store, because I'm there a few times a week and waiting in that line at the deli, and I just start to talk to people. I might give a compliment, I listen, I talk to people, even the people that work there, and everybody, has something. They want to lose weight. There's some kind of ailment. There's something they're talking about. And that's really my,
That's right.
that's one of my favorite places to pique people's interest with the product. And, and I don't just give them something and walk away. I love our tools in our back office and our Share Valentis app. And it's a great way to get their phone number to say, hey, if I share an information flyer with you, would you look at it? And then I have their phone number because I'm doing it right there on the spot, not writing it down. I'm getting out my phone, they're getting out theirs, and we're doing it right there. Because if you wait, they might not respond later on, but right there you have their phone number, which is also great, as we know, for the follow-up, which is the most important thing that we can get good at and do.
Yeah, and I don't know if you caught that or not, but she leads with the product, right? And there's no right way or wrong way. I lead with the opportunity. I'm always money, money, money. She's always product, 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 and that's okay.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable product. I'm obsessed with the product.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the money.
And he likes the money. That's why we work so good together. Right?
Yeah, I just like the money. So show me the money, honey. Okay, I want to go ahead and open it up now to anybody that might have any questions or comments on what you heard or anything that's on your mind.
Bill, can I interrupt real quick?
Sure.
Can you change your view to speaker view, because we are live streaming right now on YouTube?
Yeah, I have it on speaker view, but for some reason I'm just seeing you. So you want me to go to gallery? How's that? Is that any better?
Yes.
Is that better?
Okay.
Okay, good. All right. So anybody that has a question, go right ahead or a comment.
Okay, so I have a question for you, and it's interesting that you were just talking about follow up and sharing the product, etc., because that's exactly what my question is. I have recently started doing cold calling, and I'm having some pretty good response. And I am adding them, putting them on Take the Tour because I have their email and phone number. And then I'm going into my Share Valentis app, and I'm sending them the 5-minute video, which is Do You Believe on the app.
Mhm.
And I'm wondering after that if some are watching the video, some are not. So I'm just wondering what you would recommend doing that format with the Take the Tour. What would you recommend for the follow-up on that?
So if you get somebody, Jerry, thanks for that question, by the way.
That's
So
a great question.
So if you get somebody that hasn't taken the tour and you don't know what the next step might be to follow up with them after that point, since you've already piqued their interest.
Well, they've actually taken the tour because I put their information in.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so they've taken the tour. Now, how do you follow up after to get them off the mark? Okay, there's a couple of different ways that you can handle that. You want me to take this one?
No, go
Okay.
ahead.
So the way that I coach it,
So sweet for that.
the way that I coach it and the way that I like to do it myself is if I can't get them off the mark, I'll get them on with John. And John happens to be my upline, so I have nobody else to go to. So that's it. But if you have other people that you can rely on, the three-way call is such a valuable tool. Jerry, are you using the three-way call?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So what I'd probably do is, let's say that, I got Kathy on tour and, now she hasn't made a decision or she hasn't really done anything else. And, I would probably just start out by saying, Kathy, did you take a look at the video? And she'll say, well, yeah. And I always like to say, well, what did you like best about it? And then I listen. I do a lot of listening and I try to figure out, where they are in their answer. And then, I don't like to, and this is the way I do three-way calls. You can do it however you want, but I don't like to ask permission. I like to beg for forgiveness on a three-way call.
Yeah, because if you do ask for permission, they're going to say they don't have time. They're going to say no, but they're going to talk to you for another 20 minutes, right?
Exactly. They'll keep talking for another 20 minutes, but they're going to tell you they don't have time and they'll never grant you permission. So what I do is this. I have John, knowing that I'll be doing follow-up calls for the next 2 or 3 hours. John, I'm going to be doing my follow-ups for the next 2, 3 hours. I'll text him, can you be available for a three-way call? He says, yes. I say, great. So if you see me calling, I've got somebody on the line. Great. So if I've got Kathy on the line and I'm walking through with her and she just told me that, she loved the products, but she doesn't really see herself having the time to build a business and to fit this into her lifestyle. And, okay, I take all that information. I say, hey, Kathy, hang on for just 1 second, would you? I put her on hold. I three-way John and I get John on the phone. And now I say, John, I've got Kathy on the line. She's on tour. She's watched the video. She told me that she just doesn't have time, but she likes the products. Can you jump on and take it from here? I really would like. Now tell John what you want. Tell your upline what you want to have happen.
You have to let them know where you need them.
Yeah. John, I want to get her at a business builder pack started because she's got a business mind. She just thinks she doesn't have the time to do this. Now, instantly, I don't have to tell John anything else. He's a professional. He knows how to overcome the time objection with a business owner. So you understand, I've just given John all the ammunition he needs to go in here and help me close Kathy to get into the business, because Kathy doesn't realize that this is really the best thing she could do for herself and her family, but John's going to make her realize that.
That's right. And then Bill's going to get back on with Kathy, who he just said to hold on a minute, and he's going to say, you're not going to believe who's just calling in.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up,
because we were talking.
I forgot that segue. So I patch in. I patch the call in.
He didn't ask permission. He said, hold on, like he's getting another call, but he has John on the side ready to go.
Kathy, you're never going to believe who I got on the line. It's my mentor, John Haremza. He was calling in as we were talking. I'm so excited to introduce you guys. John, this is Kathy.
And that's it.
Boom. And now all of a sudden, you've got yourself a conversation. And believe me when I tell you, I have closed personally myself and gotten more people closed over the phone on three-way calls than you could imagine. It'll change your whole business. So Jerry, that's one method. I'll tell you another method, aside from the three-way call, is if they haven't made a decision and I can't get them on the phone, because a lot of times you can't even get them on the phone, like I'll shoot them a text and I'll say, hey, I hope you enjoyed the information that you got to see. If you have any questions, love to entertain them. However, tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern time, we're doing a webinar, a Zoom, and I think you should jump on and see the culture that we have in our company and check out this Zoom presentation. And I'll talk more about the opportunity. Can I count on you to be there?
And we also use the Leapfrog Thursday. You know, once they do take that tour, they're in the system, and the company does a really good job at saying, you know, you have one person that joined your team, or you have 2 people that are under you, and they really don't understand what that means. So I hear you all the time saying, hey, have you seen, you have 3 people already that joined under you. You just have to make a decision. Let's talk, because you have until Thursday at midnight. So we really use that system a lot, the Leapfrog Thursday, where they have until then. Otherwise, you know, that person leapfrogs above them. So I think it's a really powerful system that Valentis has in place for all of us already, and it's a simple one.
It's a very powerful.
So do you call them then on Thursday, like a phone call, and just explain the Leapfrog Thursday to them?
Yes.
Call and text, depending on how they're, you know, communicating.
Yep. Okay. I've made it my DMO, my daily method of operation. For those of you that don't understand what DMO stands for, I never knew what that meant when I heard people say it, daily method of operation. I make it my DMO every Thursday to sit at my desk first thing in the morning, look at the genealogy, and go to the click bottom of the leg, and then start clicking up. And I'm clicking pink, right? The bottom of the leg is usually pink because everybody's going on tour. And then the next time I see a yellow, I go, oh, I get excited. And I click up above that, and I go, oh, I got to call this person and tell them. Oh, I got to call this person and tell them. And here, imagine this. You got a whole line of people, and underneath somebody got started, and there's 15 people on tour above that in pink. Now you've got the right to call everybody up that line. And by the way, if they're not related to you, in other words, if it's somebody on your team that put them on tour, I call the person that put them on tour. I physically look at their ID number, and I call Charlie, and I go, Charlie, did you know that we got a new member started under the person that you have on tour? You need to get on the phone with them and talk to them, right? So you can create this huge, it's called fear of missing out, FOMO.
Yeah, fear of loss. They don't want to be, you know, they don't want to miss out.
They don't want to miss out.
And something's already happening under them, and it's just the way the system is.
Yeah, and people don't join a business like this because they feel like they're not going to get support. And if you show them that they're going to get that level of support, it takes that argument right off the table.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so can I just clarify that then? If they have taken the tour, but they have not gotten back to you, they have not watched the 5-minute video, then a phone call would be next?
Yeah, I would probably get on the phone with them or text them and say, just, you know that they haven't watched the video, but just say, hey, did you get a chance to view that information yet?
Okay.
You know, and a lot of times they're just going to say, no, I haven't had a chance yet. Oh, okay, no problem. When do you think you might be able to watch it?
Right. Thank you so much.
Sure. I hope that helps.
You're welcome. I hope that helps you.
Absolutely. Helped a ton. Thank you.
Sometimes it's that 1 degree shift, you know, that can get you to where you need to be.
It is. Yeah. You hear one little thing and it just changes everything. I see it happen all the time.
Yep.
Rapshell,
Bill and Dawn.
I saw Rapshell raise her hand.
We have a question coming from YouTube. It's from Angel Ibina. So this is a live question out from YouTube because we are live streaming. So she's asking, how do you deal with a business partner who complains a lot, but still is doing the business? I think that's good, huh?
That is a good question because, you know, I've heard it said before that you can give somebody a donut and they'll try to eat the whole, right? I mean, you've probably heard that saying before. You know, we've got what I try to do is I try to redirect, right? If somebody starts complaining about, well, you know, you probably heard this before, the coffee maybe gave me cramps, or, you know, this product is doing this, or, you know, I can't understand why nobody's getting back. I try to redirect to a positive. You know, I'll try to turn the conversation or give them a positive advice on how to overcome.
Solution to overcome it.
Yeah, to give them the solution. I definitely don't get in the dirt with them. I don't get in the gutter. Yeah. You know, I stay far out of the gutter. Yeah. Couple things that you want to remember in this business. Bad news goes up only. Good news goes down below your team. That's
Yeah,
it.
you
Never.
always want to keep it positive,
Yep.
and we try and just get really good at plugging people into positivity, which is, you guys know that it's what we're on now. It's every single call that we have, all the trainings, all the webinars that all the leaders are doing. So, I mean, if you plug them into positivity, it really does make a difference when, you know, you're intentional on plugging in.
Now, if Angel has a specific that she'd like to talk about, but and while I'm explaining this story, I'll tell a story. Angel, if you want to, you know, give a specific that I can maybe address, I'll tell you a personal story that happened to me just recently. You know, I had a guy I was super excited about out of the Virginia market that joined the team, and he was partnering up with a lady that was a business partner of his. They got a business pack together, and you know, the lady didn't have very good experience on the coffee at all, and she wasn't satisfied, and they wanted to get a refund. They wanted their money back. And I said, no, I totally understand. I get it. I said, I will gladly give you your money back, and we have a money back guarantee here as a company. I said, but you know, can I ask you a question first? And he said, yeah. I said, can we get on the line with Melissa, your partner, and talk her through maybe she wasn't being consistent with the product. Maybe there were some questions I can answer.
Maybe she wasn't adding enough water, and everybody's different.
And I said, I'd hate to see, here's what I said to him. I'd hate to see you guys miss out on a multi-million-dollar opportunity because you didn't like one of our 26 products. We have others that I think I can turn her on to. And by the way, I was able to get him and her on the phone, figure out that she wasn't consistently drinking the coffee in the morning, that she wasn't doing certain things. I even go so far as to get Karen Ford on a three-way call with somebody that's not having success with the product, because Karen has just a beautiful way of talking to people about, you know, how to open your coffee in the morning and drink it before you have breakfast, and squeeze some lemon into some water and have a glass of lemon water first.
Oh yeah, she's like very mothering and soothing,
and if you're not getting
you
results,
just say yes and you're going to do it.
If you just listen to Karen, you'll start getting results. I mean, really, you know, so that person can't help but get results. So anyway, Rapshell, I don't know if Angel addressed a specific on the line. Did she? What's her specific?
Yeah, she said, thank you so much. And she said, it's a good thing not to get in the dirt with them and stay in the gutter.
That's right.
Thank you for
I don't go in the gutter.
It's
You
really
never
good.
want to do that. It just makes it worse. It doesn't make it better.
Well, I have something I'd like to suggest to everybody on here that I think could help everybody. If you ever heard of a gentleman by the name of Norman Vincent Peale, I've just started recently listening to his. Now he's long gone, and at the end of his 3.5-hour audio book called The Power of Positive Thinking, which is it's very good. At the end of the book, he goes, we may never get the chance to meet in person, but I feel like I've already met you in person through this book. Well, yeah, he's long gone. It's funny how a lot of my mentors have been dead for a long time. But I'll tell you what, The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale is probably one of the greatest positive thinking books that I've ever read. You know, and in this book, he talks about this guy that's called, they call him the problem man, I think they call him. And this guy in every meeting was just trying to find the problems with everything. And, you know, finally, you know, somebody asked him, well, why do you try to find the problem in everything? And he said, well, because an educated person looks at the problems. And, you know, he actually goes through this whole story and talks about how to disarm somebody that is very negative like that. So I suggest that book as well. Anybody else have anything they'd like to address? I'd love to hear from you. You have to unmute yourself, though, because I think you're muted if anybody has a question.
I don't have a question, but I do have a statement. I heard Dave Jordan saying a couple of weeks ago that he was watching The Secret. And I have The Secret DVD and the CDs and the book, and I watched it, you know, a few years ago. But when he said that, I thought, I haven't watched this for a while, so I think I'm going to just pull it out. And if he watched it 5 times, I can watch it 5 times. So I put it into my my DVD player, and I have been watching it most nights for this entire month. And it is amazing how through the day something comes up and it goes in my head, the video replays. It's just amazing. And, you know, I'm sleeping better. I don't know if it's the tropical blast or if it's watching The Secret for 15, 20 minutes every night before I go to bed. It puts that good vibes into my head. And it's just, I highly recommend going back to that if you've watched it before and haven't seen it for a while.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, putting positivity in your mind, and it's doing it every single day. It's like drinking water, right? Your body needs water every day, and you need that, you need that positivity.
Well, and then one thing you have to remember is fear and negativity and faith cannot live in the same house. It's 100% true.
Yeah.
You cannot live in the same house. And I don't care who you are, you have to fill your mind with positivity and positive things every single day for personal development. It's a lot like a glass of water. If I went out to a dirty pond and I scooped up a clear glass full of dirty pond water, right? And you look and you can't see through that pond water in the glass, but you take it into your kitchen, you put it underneath the faucet, and you just let clean water drip into it. Just drip, just drip, just drip, just drip.
Yeah, it just cleans it
You know,
all out.
within 24 hours, that glass will be clear as day. You can see right through it.
That's like us. It's like our minds. We need that. We need that positivity.
It's got to drip into your mind daily.
Yeah, that's why being on those calls, I mean, it's just so important. If you miss one of the calls, thank God they're recorded, because you're always going to hear something, that you need to hear that day. So we're big on promoting the calls and being on the calls ourselves. And if there's a call for some reason, maybe we go to bed early, we absolutely listen to it the next day, because it is on valentiscalls.com. So they make it so easy for us that, there's no reason to miss anything. And plugging in and being there and taking it all in, it's really important, because you can't tell your team to do it if you're not doing it.
That's right. Just plugging into these calls, you can't help but have positivity. Everybody's so positive here.
Oh, yeah. And that's how a year ago, I mean, we came in not even a year ago. I thought we were just coming in to drink coffee, and we just started getting on the calls. And I heard Mark Jackson call one of his calls. And then I heard, we've known Dr. Chi for 8-9 years now, but just listening to the calls and hearing the excitement and their belief, and that really helps to build our belief. It's just so important, especially for a new member. Plugging them in, and it really, they hear something. They may hear one thing that gets them excited and changes everything. And even if you've been here for years, it's one little tweak, one little thing you might hear that changes everything for your entire business. So, we're big on that promoting of the calls, being on, listening, and really just taking it all in.
So we'll give a couple of seconds if anybody else has anything they want to address. If not, Dawn's got a couple of things that she wanted to address. Like, we have a list of our own things. But
yeah, just that we didn't know. John's we don't know if anybody's going to have questions, because I know he just started doing this. And, but we want to hear your questions.
If anybody else has a question or something they'd like to address, we'd love to hear it. If not, we do have a couple of topics we can pick from.
I got something I'd like to talk about.
Hey, Kenny, how are you?
Hey, all right. You guys, I resonate with you really well, because, I'm a construction guy. That's where I got my, I have 30 plus years in the field. And, so I do understand what you're saying. And that first step, that initial step to going out and trying to share something like this with people, it's very scary, very scary for us, because it's completely out of our range. And so I resonate with you a lot. But I guess something I wanted to add to what you were saying, you were talking about three-way calls, and a lot of people have issues jumping on a three-way call or trying to get someone onto a three-way call. And something that we use, and this is something that Karen, Karen's my mentor, you use John, I use Karen.
She's awesome.
And, what Karen did for me was she showed me a way to initiate the three-way by breaking the ice. And breaking the ice, what we basically do a lot of times is we'll use a three-way messenger, a messenger text with someone, and just say, I know that you're going to have some questions, and this is my mentor. The same way that we introduce a three-way call, but do it in a messenger to where they don't feel like they're on the point, on the spot, having to, it's a great way to break the ice. And then as we get to talking, initially down the road, we will initiate a call. And so that's a great way, I think, to initiate that three-way, to get it started for people that are a little bit reluctant.
I like
Yeah.
that
That's a
because
great
not
idea.
everybody likes to, talk on the phone and be on the phone or has the time to be on the phone. But everybody, will look at a text message and take that information in while they're making a decision.
Yeah, we live in this world now where people are so comfortable just texting and messaging
Yeah, people
people.
don't want to talk.
Yeah, talking's a waste of time nowadays, right?
Well, especially
Well-
the younger, if you're the younger generation, I know that we have 3 kids and yeah, I'll call, they won't answer, but you text and they text right back.
Yep, absolutely.
That's the
Right?
millennial group. The millennials are big on the text.
Oh my God.
Kenny, where are you located?
I'm actually in Ohio, Jamestown, Ohio.
Nice.
All right.
30 years in the field, huh?
Yes, sir. One thing else that I wanted to say, of course, like I say, Karen is my mentor. A lot of times I'll get to yakking with somebody that you were talking about, someone who has maybe is not having a good product result or something like that. And Karen, not only does she try to help them gain that result, but what's so cool is she's got a story that's so amazing. I mean, when she first started this, she only lost 6.8 pounds her first week or 2 weeks into it, and she didn't lose anymore. So she looked at it from the business standpoint. She started realizing the fact that, okay, maybe this isn't working for her, but how many is it working for? That's what she started doing. She reached out and she found that it's working for 90+% of the people. Now, there's not very many products out there in the world that work for 90+% of the people, so that's what she basically did. Had she have sat back and said, she looked at this from the business standpoint along with product standpoint, so it kind of hits the both of you guys's, mentality with it. And it's basically, she had she have sat back and said, I have to wait for my own results before I share this with someone else, how many thousands of people would not have had this opportunity, So I think you have to approach people always differently, but, always don't ever leave out the business opportunity, because had she have not looked at it from the business opportunity, I wouldn't even be here today.
Yep.
That is so true.
Yep.
And I remember her saying too, the 6 pounds, but she loved the way she felt.
So, Kenny, what you just said was so valuable. You said that if she hadn't hit you with the business opportunity, you wouldn't even have been here.
Absolutely.
Right. And
Absolutely.
that's why I want you guys to understand what Kenny just said, how powerful it is. I always lead with the opportunity, but I default to the product. Because, here's the thing. You get business-minded people in your business, like Kenny, that know other business owners. We call those A players. In my other company, they really, really got specific about making your A player list, which is business owners, high-level operators, because they have a large circle of influence. You get people that have a large circle of influence, business owners, people that get opportunity on your team, guys, they're going to join that person just because of who they are, and they know, like, and trust them because they have a lot of influence.
Yeah.
So when you make your list, I want you to load your list heavily with these business owners like Kenny, people that understand opportunity, because it's okay to default back to the product. If Kenny was to say something like, I really am not interested in the business aspect at all. And I would say, well, Kenny, it looks like you could lose a few pounds. Have you ever thought about the weight loss coffee? I might not say that.
No,
but,
you wouldn't say
Better be
that.
careful there.
You get the point. What I might say is something more like, do you know we have an amazing product? It's a weight loss coffee. Have you ever heard of weight loss coffee? And by the way, when they hear that, if they need to lose a few pounds, they're going to go like, well, yeah, I could stand to lose a few pounds. And then you open the door to the product, right?
Yeah.
And they say, great, if I sent you a link real quick, would you check it out? Because I really think that you'd benefit from this product.
And I want to add, don't be afraid of the business owners putting them on their list and picking up the phone and reaching out to them, or however you communicate with them. Because right now, more than ever, they possibly need it. That was Bill and I, 8 years ago? We were, we had a beautiful house. We had the cars, we had everything. But on the inside, we were praying and we were crying, and we were needing something in our life, and that's when it all changed for us, when someone didn't prejudge what they saw on the outside, and they came and they shared an opportunity with us. So
100%.
never ever prejudge. And right now, more than ever, I always say this on every one of our calls, that people need a plan B, and people are praying for something, and we know we can work from home. We have amazing products. and we can change lives, not only health, but also financially. And the best part is we are like established all around the world in Valentis. So, we can share everywhere. You're not limited to Florida or Ohio or California. It's all around the world. So I just think, we're in such a great spot right now. I'm so glad we said yes to John. We almost didn't. And I'm really glad looking back a year later, because right now we were in a whole different situation. I'm glad we said yeah.
So let me give you a quick script that you can use on an A player like Kenny. Okay. Kenny, let's pretend like you and I know each other in business, and I just discovered Valentis and I want to share it with you. I would call Kenny right up and I'd say, hey, Kenny, I know you're a go-getter. Let me ask you a question. Are you open to looking at other streams of income right now?
Always open to looking for extra
Hey, yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that. I knew that, Kenny. Listen, I got something I want to share with you. I'm going to send you a link. It's a tour that's going to show you some amazing products, but more importantly, a tremendous opportunity that's happening right now. When do you think you could look at it if I sent it to you?
Well, I'm busy through the day, so it'd probably be this evening.
Okay, good. Check it out. And can I call you about 8 o'clock tonight?
You have to tell him to put his name in it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, I preface it by saying, make sure you put your name and email address and phone number. I'm the only one that gets it, but you got to put that so you can take the tour.
Yes, it's very important that you say that. Otherwise, they're not going to put their information. You have to tell them it's okay. You get it.
So I want to challenge everybody on this line right now. We're all business owners here because we own our Valentis business, right? We're all the CEOs of our own Valentis business. Make a list of the 3 busiest go-getters you know right now that's on your chicken list, and call them and use that script on them right now. 3 people.
Do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Because here's what'll happen. You never know unless you call and ask. Okay. And they can't laugh. Well, they'll laugh at you, but they can't arrest you, and they can't shoot you through the phone, right? So it doesn't matter.
No, well, you picked up the phone and you called a professional.
I called a professional athlete who I can't mention his name.
Well, I know Dave mentioned it last night, but we're not going to mention it yet. But
and by the way, I knew somebody that knew this professional athlete, and they gave me his number, and I called him, and he goes, "I'm more than open." This guy was such a well-known ball player in his time that you wouldn't even imagine. And I didn't even know the guy, but
And I thought, oh my gosh, he's so crazy. He just picked up the phone and called this person.
And he called me back.
And left a message, and he called them back because of a mutual friend of ours, a pastor.
Yeah. And
he said, I heard that name and I knew you're a good person if you know Pastor Chris.
And he's going to join us in the company. And Dave said himself it'll be one of the biggest things that's happened here, and he's very excited about it. So I'll tell you this much, guys.
So you never know. Don't be scared to pick up the phone.
You gotta just was I scared? Yeah, I used to watch this guy on TV play ball. I mean, like,
I was scared. I was listening from the kitchen. I went, oh my gosh, Dad.
So here's what I thought to myself.
Call this person.
Here's what I thought to myself. He can't hurt me over the phone.
Yeah.
Right? So
and he called you back, and look what's happening.
That's right.
And then you called Dave, and Dave fell off his chair.
Yeah. All right. So we've got about 2 minutes left, and we want to stick to the timeline.
Always be respectful of time.
Does anybody else have anything like Amy Greenfield?
Amy.
Said to this player, I know so many professional ball players. I'm like so excited. I don't know what to say to them, but I'm not afraid to call them. What did you say?
I called them up and I said, hi, this is Bill Ball. I was just given your number. If this is so-and-so, I'd really appreciate a call back. I got your number from Chris D'Amico, Pastor Chris D'Amico. So I used the name of who gave me the number.
The connection.
And within 20 minutes, the number called back. And I'm like, well, he's either calling and telling me it's the wrong number or it is this person. And I answered and I go, this is Bill. Can I help you? And he goes, this is so-and-so. And I go, hey, it's great to meet you over the phone. I just wanted to let you know, I am so impressed by what I've seen you doing over the last few years with the Lord and pastoring and everything that you're up to. I said, I'm very, very impressed by that. And
yeah, they're pastors now.
He says, the only reason I called you back is because you used Chris's name and I really respect him. What would you like? And I said, I'd like to talk to you about something that I have that I think you might be very interested in. I said, we have some products. We're a product-based company. I was on a call with the CEO today. Your name came up and he wanted to know if there was anybody that knew this person or any way we can get in touch with them. And I knew a way. And I said, I'd love to connect you with our CEO if you're inclined to taking the call, he goes, you know what, Bill, that sounds good. I'd love to talk to your CEO. And I got him right on the phone with Dave. Now, Amy, if they're ball players that you know, I would probably take this approach. Dave is actively working on this program right now with professional athletes. I would put a little fear of loss into these professional athletes and say, listen, we have a lot of athletes that are jumping on board. Some names I can mention, some names I can't. But what I'd like to do is get you on a call with our CEO, let him explain it best, because I don't want to see you miss out on this. And believe me when I tell you, this could be the biggest thing that you've ever done. And I know you've done some pretty big things in your career, but this is a whole nother level of significance. Would you be open to taking a call from our CEO? And let Dave do all the work.
Yeah, he does. He does a great job, and he just connects with people because he's all about relationships.
Yeah.
And,
at this point,
with his other business, it's just they just talk baseball or whatever it is, football. And
yeah. Let Dave do all the work. And in other words,
just make that connection.
I'm probably not going to put somebody like that high level on a tour or get him exposed yet, to the business. I'll probably let Dave make that connection. And then, I didn't even get on the call. I let Dave take the call over, and then Dave called me back and he goes, yeah, he's in. He goes, he's going to do this, and I'm getting him some products now.
Praying.
And I said, thank you. I thank the Lord. I said, thank you, Lord.
Please.
Thank you. I said, because there's no other way that could have happened.
Yeah,
but divine
it's definitely
intervention,
all God, 100%.
So I hope that answered your question, Amy.
Yeah.
You, Dave.
I mean, yeah, no, I just have so many connections, and with the wives too. Like I'm friends with the wives.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
That's great.
Yeah, because you're in that whole professional
well,
arena.
yeah, and your son with the hockey.
Yeah, and so many of his friends made it to the NHL, and his agent works with the NHL, and his goalie coach is the Florida Panthers goalie coach.
Wow.
Yeah, so you gotta lead with that, and
yeah, just get Dave on and
with
get
Dave,
yourself out of the way with that.
With Dave being so big in the sports world, what I said to this person also was, aside from a great product company, our CEO is also got one of the biggest sports collectible businesses in the world. And I said, I'm sure he'd love to chat with you. And that's what really got him interested in. And then you just turned it over from there. You say, can I have Dave call you? You don't even have to do a three-way call.
Or do a three-way call, whatever.
You don't even have to,
works,
just say, I'll have Dave call you directly. Is that okay? And then pass the number along, and he'll take it. He'll run with it.
Awesome.
And once you get on the phone with Dave, you're not getting off.
Yeah, he's happy to do it. He loves doing it. He loves just meeting people and talking to people, especially in the sports arena, because he probably has a million other rookie cards and
yeah.
Right?
That's right. He's probably got a tractor trailer load of them somewhere.
I'm sure he does. All right. Well, it's 2:42.
I thank you all for being here so much. Anybody else have one quick one we can address?
So much fun.
Everybody's good? Oh, somebody's got their hand raised somewhere.
And you are muted.
Oh, we're muted.
Oh. Are we muted?
I thought she had a question. Her hand was up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No.
Everybody's good? All right, guys. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Rap Shell, I'm just going to hit end now. Is that okay? Okay, guys. Yes. Thank you. God bless everybody and have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
3 on your chicken list. Go call them right now.
Let's do a picture really quick.
All right, we're going to do a picture.
Hold
Everybody
on
wait.
a second.
3 on your chicken list, right? 3. Everybody hold up the 3. Thanks, guys. God bless. Have a great day.